This is Sevcik number 3 out of his Opus 1, Part 1. You see that? Yeah. School of Violin Techniques, which is in the public domain, which can be downloaded for free if you don't want to buy it. It's kind of nice. Number 3 is all on the E string. And there's nothing new that I need to explain. I'm going to handle number 3 exactly the same as we handled number 2, because he's got 5 lines of quarter notes written out, so we'll handle those in the way that should be familiar to you now. He's got about 2.5 lines of 8th notes, which are 8-note patterns, which requires a little special handling. And then he's got 3.5 lines of the 16th notes, as we did in Sevcik number 2. All right, so this is on the E string. So our elbow gets to be a nice neutral position, but what that means for a lot of you is that you're gonna start feeling crowded, like you're tight walking on an edge, and you're not gonna know what to do with the open space in your hand. And that creates so many problems for people. Try not to do anything special. Just because you're on the E string, you've got a little extra space. Your hand is going to feel like it's further away from the neck. And honestly, the index knuckle will occasionally bend under the neck. And that's okay, because we've got nowhere else to go with that. It's okay, but here's what's not okay. And I've finally figured out what the guiding principle is. Ye old ruler out. The guiding principle isn't what's going on over here. The guiding principle is what's going on here. So what you don't want is you don't want a big old curve, a freaky curve right there. You want to keep this straight, and then if this part of the hand wants to do a little something that looks a little bit like that, to get a low first finger on the E string, or even a first finger, it's okay, as long as you're not doing something freaky with this part of your hand. Let me show you with my violin in hand. That is what you need to watch for in the mirror when you're and this exercise, this Sevcik number 3, is perfect for people who struggle with what the crud am I supposed to do when I'm on the E string, because it feels weird. This exercise is perfect for you. Okay, so oh man, we've got the key of F major or D minor, I'm not sure which. We've got 1 flat and we've got low first finger. Sevcik did that on purpose. He's no dummy. He knew that that's going to be an issue for many people. And so our hand has to find a way to get that low first finger when we're crowded up against our peg. And we're going to want, some of you are going to want to go like this. But that's breaking our rule. We want to keep a straight ulnar. Is that the ulnar bone? Many of you will know that answer. You can put it in the comments for me. Keep that as straight as you can, and then you're allowed to do a few other, little bit of no-no stuff for the purpose of being on the E string in this key with low first finger. All right, so with that having been said, let's review quickly what we do with the quarter notes. We slur 4, so you're going to do a whole note with the bow, and then we're going to double our speed, and we're going to slur 8 8th notes, which allows us to do that pattern twice. So here's slurring 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to double my speed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So because I went twice as fast, I could do 2 of those patterns in the space of the same 4 beats, the same whole note. And then I do 1 more bow, and I double my speed again. So now I'm doing 16th notes, and I'll have time to do that pattern 4 times. So you do the 4-note pattern once in quarter notes, you do it twice in 8th notes, and you do it 4 times in 16th notes, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then twice as fast. Now do it again. Now. And as you get faster and faster, the tendency to do something freaky with your left hand is going to increase. So this is where you have to focus, and I like to practice in a mirror because then I get an outside view of what I'm doing, and it's easier to spot when you're doing something weird. Okay, so that's the quarter notes. I like to practice, or have my students practice this at 60 for no other reason than that's what my teachers had me do, and it's a good round number. It's 1 second. It's kind of in our biology already. And it's just a good, nice medium speed. If you need to go slower, go slower. If you want to go faster, go faster. If you're sure that you can continue to be relaxed when you get to the faster speed. Be honest with yourself. Okay, all right, and then we look on to the 6th line down. In my edition, it's the 6th line down, and Sevcik has some 8th note patterns, and they're 8 notes in a pattern. So what we're gonna do is just like on number 2, we're going to slur 2, and they're gonna be quarter notes. Like that, and then we're going to double our speed and play 8th notes, slurring 4, but we're going to play the measure twice. That gives us a little bit of time and a little more repetition to nail the pattern, because some of these patterns are really hard. So 8th notes would go like this, slur 4, and then do it again. And then you finally slur 8 in the speed of 16th notes, and you do the pattern twice again. Now that example, that first measure of the 8th notes is a very easy example, but let's try it together, and then we'll try the second bar, which isn't as easy, and that'll give you 2 practices with me. Okay, here we go. Let's turn the metronome on. 60. 60 is wired into my brain. 1, 2. Can you hear that? Hopefully. Here we go. Slur 2, ready. 1, 2, ready, and relax. Now slur 4. And then do it again. Now, twice as fast. And that's enough. Now, of course, if you need to challenge yourself to do more of those fast ones, if you're afraid that it's just luck that you're getting through the 2 repetitions, then do 4 and see if your fingers get tangled. If they get tangled, that's almost a sure indicator that you're working too hard or that there's tension somewhere. If you're perfectly relaxed, you probably will be successful, unless you're having a focus issue, in which case you need to focus on what is the pattern, and just really, that takes a lot of practice, being able to spot what the pattern is and remember the pattern long enough until you can move on to the next measure. Okay, so let's actually do that one more time, and we'll repeat the 16th notes 4 times when we get to it, and then the choice is yours on what you need to do. Okay, here we go. First, slur 2 quarter notes. Ready, go. Relax. Now slur 4. And again. Now slur 8. Again. 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 And see if you freaked out and did something weird, and if you did, stay on that measure. That's an easy measure, and it's a good one to demand perfection on. All right, let's try bar 2. It's a little bit harder. It's not too bad, but it is harder. And let's actually repeat the 16th notes 4 times again. I kind of like that. All right, so here we go. Slur 2. Pay attention to what the pattern is and what the notes are, and relax. 1, 2, ready, go. Now slur 4. Again. Now slur 8. Okay, I got distracted. I was thinking how much I like doing the 16th notes in 4 times through, and it made me lose my focus for a second there, but that's okay. If I did it again, I would make sure to maintain my focus so I didn't have that little glitch. That's what practicing is for. So you know what? I really like the third speed when you do the 16th notes. I like repeating it 4 times. So that would be my challenge to you. And then look down about the 3.5 lines from the bottom. He's got 16th notes written. And so what we're going to do is we're going to slur 4 in the speed of 8th notes. So we don't even get the luxury of starting on quarter notes anymore. So this is actually helping your sight reading skills as well. So if this is quarter notes, ya da da da, up 2 3 4, down 2 3 4. You slur 4 in 8th note speeds. Then the next speed will be slurring 8 in 16th notes. And then the third speed is going to stay on 16th notes, but you're going to slur 16. So your bow speed, you'll have to save your bow a little bit better, as we did in number 2. Okay, let's try it. Turn your focus on. The first pattern is simpler than the others, but it's not easy. Slur 4, 1 and 2, and slur 4. Here we go. Relax. Now slur 8. Slur 16. Again. All right. I hate that 16 one. I feel choked. And you know why I feel choked? Because I don't save my bow well enough. So that's something I need to plan ahead a little bit better on and make sure that I feel like I have a full set of lungs for when the 16th notes, the slurring the 16s comes in. All right, and as always, if you need to do the slurring 8 2 times before you move to the slur 16s, do it. Do whatever it is that you need to for the most benefit for your practice time. All right, that's it for number 3. Mainly number 3 to me is all about learning good left hand technique on the E string and how to deal with that crowded situation on the low first finger. So have fun with this, and I'll see you in Sevcik number 4.